Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to the Adventure Incorporated podcast. I am your dungeon master. My name is Anthony Reed. This is episode 44, and it is part of the Twist of Fate story arc. I want to thank our patrons, patreon.com/Adventure Inc. That's where they hang out, or at least they go there, and then they donate money to us, and then they get an RSS feed, and then they leave. No one, I don't think, really hangs out there. Instead, they hang out at the Discord, which you can find a link to in the show notes or on our website. The Discord is a place where people hang out, and we all chat, and we just discuss things that are important to us. And the patrons get special access to a patrons-only chat where they can do even more secret chatting. So if you are not a patron, go to patreon.com/Adventure Inc. Become a patron, then go to the Discord, and bingo, bango, bongo, you got a special color on your name, and you're in the special chat. I don't know, bingo, bango. Well, sometimes you bongo when you mean to bingo, I guess. Hey, you know what month it is? It's February, and it's getting later and later into February as each day passes, like time does. And that means we're almost to March. And if you've never been with us for a March, well, buckle up, strap in, and get ready, because Adventure March is right around the corner. What does Adventure March mean? Ooh, what does it mean? It means every Thursday night in March, we will be doing a live show at twitch.tv/SRSBIZ_network. That's twitch.tv/SRSBIZ_network. Serious Business Network. Just, search for it or whatever. Yeah. Head over there every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time during the month of March, and you're going to see something special on each of those nights, and I'll explain more about the schedule as it gets closer. It also means giveaways, so keep an eye on our Facebook, keep an eye on our Twitter, keep an eye on our Discord, keep an eye on that Twitch, and keep an eye right here. Well, that won't be over. Keep an ear right here, and you'll hear more about it, because Adventure March is our opportunity to celebrate all of you who listen to the show and to say thank you, and to do fun, cool, special events that we don't do any other time. Usually we do a live show, usually we'll do a Q&A. So there's all kinds of fun stuff coming from Adventure March, and you don't want to miss it. I promise you don't want to miss it, because it's going to be great. And it's coming. It's coming. March is on its way. Beware, Adventure March. All right, let's get started. Nobles and farmers, knights and scoundrels, gather round to hear a tale of excitement and mystery. Brave adventurers facing grave dangers. Belroth, the ranger.
She's a Grimalkin, but that's understood. No pets allowed, even though she's not a pet. I will wait outside. Everyone, if anyone needs anything, I am outside.
Skarpin, the cleric.
Should I just try and snipe them from over here?
Yeah, okay. I did say they were as good as dead. I would hate for my, to break my word on our first contract as Adventure Incorporated.
Ellery, the bard.
We would want you to leave this warehouse.
He points behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Church!
Oh, sorry. We want you to leave this church.
Deeran, the wizard. He say you no worship Shattered Fang.
Yeah, man, he's super wrong. We love Shattered Fang, man.
Prepare yourselves, for these are the tales of Adventure Incorporated. Steph, I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw from you.
Can you clarify how long into the night it is?
You have not yet tranced.
Of course not.
Because you had everyone else go to bed while you watched your father. So you have not tranced yet.
9.
You take 5 from the dagger, and you take 3 from the poison. And you will have to take another con saving throw in the future when I remember to mention it.
Immediately, Ellery is going to yell, "Hey, everybody, wake up! We've got a problem!"
The second dagger appears in your father's hands, and he reaches forward to plunge it into his chest.
She stops him.
So what I need from you is a strength check, an opposed strength check with your father.
My dad's real weak. He's a dancer. They don't have
He's
good
a
arms.
dancer, Steph.
His legs are strong. If you said he was plunging that dagger in with his leg, there's nothing. He's a dancer. He's got fucking noodle arms. Trust me. Trust me. Ooh, okay, 19. I'm sweating so fucking bad. 19. Noodle arm dad.
He takes the dagger and he goes to plunge it into his own chest. You grab his arm and you wrestle it back, and you're pulling it back from, just a quarter of an inch from plunging the dagger into his own chest. He looks at you and he says, "There is nothing you can do to stop this. I will find all of you and end you. I can kill you instead of him. I will let him go. Just let me turn the blade on you and your friends." The blade starts to twist in his hand towards you.
Everybody else has woken up by now, right?
They're starting to wake up, yes, although this is all happening in a very quick moment.
Yeah, let us know when we can.
Yeah,
make
you're
actions.
rousing, right? So he gives you a beat.
Skarpin casts sleep.
Wait, gives who a beast?
Okay, he gives me
He's
a
giving
beat.
he's giving Ellery a beat to make a decision while the dagger points at her.
Ellery pushes the dagger into her own thigh.
Okay, yeah, you push the dagger in deep. There is no save against the poison as it floods you.
She's out.
Okay, yeah, you fall unconscious. So now everyone stands up to see Ellery's father standing over an unconscious Ellery. Two blades now in his hand, one buried deep in her thigh still. And I guess roll initiative.
Jesus.
Just want you to know that while you're all fighting and I'm unconscious, I will be sitting here drinking rosé because it's the only way I can cope with this. So, if you wake me up and I'm drunk, I'm not
Wake me up
apologizing.
Before you go. 13.
18.
16.
Okay, you three may act.
We may act.
Belroth wants to try and tackle Ellery's father and restrain him.
Yeah, as he's doing that, Deeran is checking his pockets for the dispel gem.
Okay, you do find it.
Do I have a? You know what? He breaks it and tries to use it on Ellery's dad.
So you step forward and smash the gem basically against Ellery's father. And you hear it shatter, and he screams a visceral, angry scream, as his eyes bulge with their red ring and his veins pop as he's just screaming in your face, full force. Ah! And then, he basically starts to turn purple in the face from screaming and then falls unconscious.
But stable?
He appears to be breathing.
Uh,
Ellery, death saving throw.
Belroth would like to try and tie up her father.
You
Nat
tackled
20!
him.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's
Nice.
up? Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. It was this one.
Hey.
So that's 2 saves, right?
Yeah, it is. Oh,
Nice.
God.
Okay. So Belroth, basically, as Deeran smashes the gem into his chest and he starts screaming, you tackled him, screaming
Yeah. And I'm
to the
trying to
ground.
restrain him. Which was the whole. Yeah.
I googled it. Death saving throw natural 20. You pop up with 1 hit point.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's just the
According to-
failures that
You
give you
didn't
2.
get any
Yeah.
chance to drink a bunch of rosé.
I'm really sad for you.
I had 2 minutes. I drank a bunch of rosé, Rob.
You're too good for the rosé. You could have been worse for more rosé.
I think you underestimate how much rosé I can drink in a tiny span of time.
So now unconscious on the ground, you easily
Yep.
restrain him.
And then medicine check to make sure I didn't fucking accidentally kill him. Because, okay.
You didn't. He appears to be
Jesus
alive.
Christ. Anthony, my dice are like too hot for this encounter right now.
Too hot for this world.
Because like sometimes they're not, sometimes they are. This one is like, hey, don't kill anybody. He was like, okay, I got it. Whoops.
All right, said Fred. Just sit down and put those dice in the corner.
I restrain him, and I do I need a roll to make sure I don't accidentally fucking kill him? Like I don't.
What? Like you look at him in a Kimura lock or something?
No,
and break
I mean
his
tying
arm?
him up. Like I'm tying up his hands.
No,
Okay.
you're fine.
Just on edge.
Yeah, he only recently got into Shibari and is like just doing it way wrong.
It's a very dangerous thing to get recently into for this moment.
Anthony, don't give me that look. You're the one that made these twins that want to fuck each other. If that's the world we're living in, it doesn't surprise me that Belroth wants to fuck Ellori's dad, you know?
Oh my god.
I mean,
That's not even
Ellery's
weird.
dad is definitely hot.
He's a dancer.
He's a dancer. He can move.
Yeah, but it's still weird to want to fuck your friend's dad.
Is it?
Is it?
Listen, I'm just saying, if any of you besides Mike were like, I could fuck Polly Kruggs, I would say probably, yeah. He's a good-looking old man.
In this scenario, are we asking for your blessing? Like,
Steph,
You
I
are
have to talk to
allowed. You are allowed to find my dad hot.
Steph, I want to have a talk with you. Me and your father have started a relationship. Don't tell your mother.
It's not what you think, it's only
It's
physical.
all- we've entered a polyamorous thing. It's fine.
All right. So what now?
Yeah, great question, Anthony.
Anthony, I've been stalling because I don't know.
Steph, you're awake with 1 hit point, and your father is now, I guess, being mounted by Belroth on the ground.
What's happening? That's not what's happening. Ellery, are you still poisoned? Are you okay?
No, I mean, okay, feels relative. I'm just gonna do a thing. Hold on.
Lester!
No, because I'm not poisoned, right?
No, you are still poisoned.
But I thought when you go under 1 hit point.
That doesn't make the poison go away. The poison's still in your veins.
Just exhaustion.
The exhaustion is gone. The poison's still there.
Okay.
So you're going to take an action. You have like 1 action to take, and then you're going to make a poison saving throw. You're probably going to go unconscious again.
Great.
Basically.
Knowing what I can give this fight is making me want to boost my might. Bear's endurance makes me better than before. So I have 2d6 temporary hit points and advantage on constitution checks.
Nice.
So I've got 10 temporary hit points.
Great. Did you remove the dagger from your leg?
Yes.
Okay. It had a lot of time to hit you with a lot of poison.
Yeah.
So you are going to make this Constitution saving throw not at advantage, but not at disadvantage. So your advantage is canceling out the disadvantage you would have had.
Great. 6.
Okay. So you take 2 damage from the poison, and you take a level of exhaustion.
Okay.
I also really like that Mikey was like, hey, I'm going to find out these rules for fucking exhaustion because of that one fight we had with exhaustion. And he was like, I'm finding out when this ends.
It's a scary status. It's a tough one.
Mikey's like, add 4 to everything, but find out what exhaustion's going on here.
Listen, I got note cards now, flashcards for D&D. I mean, I only got like 3 of them, but he casts Cure Wounds on Ellery.
Okay.
The only other thing that Deeran has is a poison pill, which is the opposite of the solution that we are looking for in this moment. And so,
22 heal.
How come yours heals so much more than mine?
I'm a turtle.
Got it.
I don't think
Yep.
that's true.
Nope. Got it.
no more questions.
No more
got it.
questions. 22 healed. Nailed it.
Okay.
Thanks, Skarpin.
What? It's not a 22, is it, Mikey?
3d8 plus 3 is
Oh, yeah.
22.
Yeah. So you you cast it at max.
So
Yeah, he just rolled super high.
Yeah.
Cure wounds.
Oh, did you cast it at 3rd level?
Yeah.
Got it. Got it. That's
Yeah,
why.
he just
Yeah,
cares about
he knows
you.
the rules now. Everyone.
He's like, I've reached a level where I have 3rd level spells, so I cast everything at 3rd level, right? Okay, so
He's
I feel like I'm being slandered.
Splendored.
but I don't know how.
one of you has wronged
okay.
me, but we'll figure out which one.
So again, I will ask you, what now?
Belroth starts to move her father, who has his hands now tied behind her back, and starts tying him to the tree, just as a precaution.
Okay,
Ellery,
Ellery, give me another con save.
At advantage?
Nope.
Advantage.
And what tier of exhaustion are you at now?
First, but so it's
Okay.
just ability checks. Ooh, that one's good. That's a 12.
Okay, you take 5 more and a level of exhaustion. So sorry, Skarpin. Now you may ask your question.
Ellery, what happened?
My dad woke up and the demon was still here.
Oh no. Are you poisoned?
Oh yeah. Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Cast Lesser Restoration.
It's like, Lester Restoration, how can I help you? Well, it's only been an hour, so I guess it's good to see you guys.
Oh,
Lester,
we've made
it's
it this
me.
far. Yeah, it's that
me
one again.
I'm sorry.
All right. No, I get it. You just couldn't keep your eyes off me. And he, like, heals you, like, whoosh, and then he disappears.
It's true, you're so handsome. She screams into the air.
Oh wow. Well,
I really think he's handsome. I just felt like he needed a compliment.
what happened? What happened to the original ropes?
I took them off because it's my dad, and I didn't think he was gonna kill me.
Oh, no, that's a reasonable assumption. It's just okay. So he's got new ropes now, but can we go back to sleep now?
I don't think we can go back to sleep.
Why not?
Well,
I haven't gotten a rest yet. I still feel like shit.
same,
So why
Yeah.
don't we go back to bed?
because clearly the demon's still here.
Yep. I mean, he's not going anywhere.
Oh, you're thinking that because he's tied up that we can
Well,
sleep?
I think we should still keep guard like we were planning.
Yeah, don't take off his ropes again.
No,
Please.
I won't make that mistake twice.
Thanks.
And I feel like it's probably a good thing that it really only hurt me.
Yeah. Good night.
Okay.
Good night, Skarpin. Ellery, do
guess-
you want to
Can someone who's maybe not so hurt
I
take the
can
first
take
watch?
that. I was just gonna suggest that as well.
Okay. So Ellery trances for 4 hours, then allows Belroth to get some sleep, and 8 hours later, the day is a good chunk of the way into the day, because this was like in the middle of the night. But you are all well rested, and you're healed of your exhaustion and your wounds.
Well, one level of exhaustion.
One level of exhaustion. And your wounds.
So now I'm only a disadvantage on ability checks.
I feel like we could figure out a situation where we could just make the other person unconscious, and then if we notice this pattern, but I don't think they do.
I feel like that's cheesing the rules a bit, but
Yeah, I would almost
pattern
say that
recognition.
like if you fall unconscious, you move basically if you would be at the dead one and you're no longer dead, you just move up one. I think maybe just how we play exhaustion. Well, won't worry about it this time, but like we'll get around the dead rule a little bit differently without clearing all stacks of exhaustion just from getting knocked out.
Okay.
If Mikey's going to be out here cheesing the system.
Listen, I know one rule, and we're not playing it correctly.
Oh man. Okay. So during this time frame, Ellery's father did wake up while Ellery was trancing. And so I guess it would have been Belroth. So I imagine you explained to him very calmly why he's tied to that tree. And he understands.
You stabbed your daughter a little
and
bit,
spends,
but that's okay.
he feels real bad about it, and he spends the rest of the time just trancing and thinking. You can have a conversation with him if you want, Ellery, but otherwise, it's the daytime, and you guys can decide what you're going to do.
Dad, I think we should get you back to safety and Mom, because she's probably freaking out. Maybe we can not tell her. Maybe we can just say, because I did tell her someone was trying to kill us. So maybe I can say I found you and we all got to safety and waited it out somewhere safe. Because that's not lying. That's not lying at all. Because I wouldn't lie to Mom, but maybe leaving out some of the details.
In my opinion, I've been married to your mother for a long time. We can probably just leave out all the details. We can just say that I'm home now and leave it at that.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's probably for the best.
Yeah.
Liar! We don't live here.
At like breakfast, as we're getting ready to head out again, Deeran's like, all right, so
I want to be clear. It's probably best if I don't know anything about what you're about your plans, or about what you're. Well, sorry, his hands are behind his back, so he's not gesticulating at all. It's probably best if I don't know anything about your plans or what you're planning to do or where you're going.
Yeah,
Because
this was just about what we're gonna do with you. Because like, if we untie you and then you try to kill us again, like, how do we avoid this loop?
Yeah, my hands are bound. I'm bound to this tree, which is probably unfortunate. Unbind me from the tree, and then leave. I'll get home. I'll be fine. Leave my hands bound, though, just in case.
Okay. You're sure you'll be okay?
I'll be as okay as any of us are okay.
All
you
right.
need to find a way to deal with this thing.
Yeah, we sure do. Dad, I'm sorry that you got caught up in this.
Ellery, I'm sorry that this is your world now.
Yeah, I
This
guess
is not what we wanted for you.
you didn't want any spoilers. Well, here they are. You're gonna know this section of the book really well.
I suppose so. Are you gonna tell people I stabbed you? That feels
No,
okay.
no, I'll tell everyone a demon stabbed me, and then I stabbed myself to save the person possessed by the demon from stabbing themselves.
Nice cover.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right, I love you, Dad.
I love you too, and I'm very sorry that I.
No, it's okay. It wasn't you. I'm just really happy none of us killed you.
I am also happy of that. That's yes.
All right. So I guess we'll tie his hands together and then unbind him from the tree, and then whatever.
Yeah, he wanders back towards town.
Okay, bye, Dad.
Bye. I'd wave, but
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
he-
No, I'm imagining you waving.
great. When he passes toward, like, basically you watch him as he enters the town, and he just walks down the road and disappears around a building, and he appears to be fine.
Okay.
Ellori's gonna take a few minutes to cry.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
If everybody wants to talk about what we're gonna do next while that happens, that's
we
absolutely
can wait
fine.
post cry. I don't want to. That was pretty heavy.
Yeah, I don't want to cheapen the moment, And Deeran like rubs her back.
We can finish breakfast and we can have we can figure out what to do and have a good cry during breakfast. I assume.
Bella's
While
like,
you're all
we're still eating, aren't we? We don't have to stop eating for this.
While you are all crying and eating breakfast on the side of the road near the forest's edge, you see a figure down the road from the opposite direction, away from the town, making their way toward the town. They're pretty far in the distance, and they seem to be a single figure just in large robes wandering down the road.
Any indication it might be demon person or anything else?
No real good indication from this distance. They're pretty far away. They just kind of look like a figure, a very distant figure on the road. But just so they rolled very poorly, and so your perception picked them up. I am letting you know that they are down the road and headed your way.
Deeran looks at the rest of the group and goes, you guys hide in the woods, and I'll stay here by the fire. And then when they come here, we can figure out if they're good or bad.
Okay.
And like, if it's bad, like, y'all can jump out and like save me or whatever. Like, I'll be bait.
Okay.
Ellori hides behind a tree.
Yeah, all right.
Like, I don't know. It just gives us a chance to get a jump
Skarpin's
on them.
Shrugs and walked away.
Give me stealth checks for those of you hiding in the woods.
13.
19 plus 3, 22.
Awesome.
Deeran looks down on the fire and he's like, why did I say it should be me? And
Belroth is thinking,
like,
why am I not
cast-
going out? I feel like I was the more natural. That's fine.
cast
I mean, I'm
mage
the
armor
toughest.
on himself.
Tessa, so it should have been me, but whatever.
I don't know.
Just mumbling to himself.
Ellori's so much better with people. It should have been her. Like, as he like washes mage armor on himself.
The figure makes their way closer and closer. They are hooded, all in black, and they almost are stumbling back and forth awkwardly down the road as they make their way towards you. At some point, you see them glance over and notice you. And they almost seem to pick up their pace, not in like not like they're running towards you, but like they are moving with intent in your direction now.
As that starts to happen, Deeran looks up and he says, "Oh, hey, traveler. You want to enjoy some breakfast with me?"
The figure nods, an exaggerated nod, and then makes their way over to you. And as they're like, maybe 15 feet away, he pulls back his hood, and it is Wesley Tallow. And he's like, Deeran, what are you doing out by fire by yourself?
Deeran checks his eyes.
His eyes are glowing faintly green, as they always are when you see him.
Wesley. Hey guys, it's all right. It's only Wesley.
Oh, okay. Ellery comes out.
Not myself. Just playing hide and seek, and I ruined game. I'm sorry for ruining whatever the antics you are up to.
No, man, we had a crazy night.
Oh, yes. Me too.
But like a bad one. Not like a cool one.
Not me, no.
Wesley, what brings you to these parts?
I am looking for, I'm looking for you. Yes, I'm looking for you, and now I have found you. So, it is a success.
Sounds fake, but okay.
Sounds super fake.
Sorry, sounds fake, but okay.
Oh, no, not fake. I knew that you were supposed to be coming in the area, roughly. And so I have come.
Wesley, like, I was just part of a dream thing where you and I worked together to lure in people and like learn information from them. Like, we were pretty cool spies. Are you bullshitting me, man? Deeran's
a
gonna
little close to home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Deeran's gonna try to roll like an insight, I guess, into his answer. What's his answer?
Well, what'd you roll?
What does he say? No, it is a 3.
His eyes go slightly unfocused, and he says, "You've been dreaming about me, Deeran? You've been having dreams about me?"
Well, I guess technically,
Deeran, I
Skarpin-
did not know that this was going to be the way that our relationship was going to unfold.
Well, Wesley, like, I guess it was Skarpin who was having dreams about both of us. But they were like interactive for me.
Skarpin
Now
puts
we're
his
getting
hand up,
back to last
backs
night,
up.
I see. Oh, Skarpin. Okay. That's fine. You can have a seat by fire with me if you wish.
Yeah, all right.
I've been looking for you to find out how the status goes.
We took care of old Scratch.
Oh,
yeah. We did that.
We did.
Sent him back right into the pit.
One of the demons back to the pit. Not much more we can ask for there, then. Except, I guess, the other demons back to the pit. That is more that
We're
we can
working
ask
on
for.
it, for sure.
Right. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, that's kind of why last night was so crazy.
Oh?
Wesley, one of the strangers is in this town.
In here. In Tionol.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he kept possessing just ordinary, normal people and trying to kill us with them.
There have been rumors of this, yes? This is not the
they're
first
true.
time this has happened.
Oh.
They are true.
Very true.
Yeah, you can tell because their eyes, like, change and glow. And Deeran tries to make another insight into his reaction. And it's a 6.
Still groggy.
No visible reaction to the glowing eyes comment.
Okay.
Oh, really? With a 6? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I guess he's believable then.
He says, it is said that this is happening in a few places. people take actions against their nature, and they are the rings of red that accompany this change of personality.
Do you know what are the other places that they're saying these things are happening? Because maybe if the other place is where the other twin is, that you know, I don't know what that means, what that would do for us, but it would just give us a better information on where they might be.
These stories are coming faster and faster, and it is hard to track where everything is, but from what I have been able to gather, there are zones of space where such things are isolated. Right, the dreams of darkness that were taking villages here in Eviara. These were isolated to Eviara. The things that are happening in Moravia since the assault, those are isolated to Moravia. The things that are happening with the strangers, these seem widespread. There is no single focus. The gaze does not rest upon a place for long before it begins to move again. It is like it is searching for something out there.
From our encounter, it seemed as though it was searching for its companion, its love. That was the word it gave. Where...
Yeah, but then, like, Belroth and Skarpin were saying that, like, people call them the twins. And so, like, if they love each, like, I don't know, man.
Weird,
it didn't seem like a fraternal.
Thing.
Yeah, it didn't seem like a family kind of love. You know what I mean?
I do not know anything about how demons. I find it hard to believe that a demon would feel love the way that you or I would feel love anyway.
That's fair.
That seems ridiculous to me personally. These are creatures of destruction and hatred. How could they feel love?
Maybe they weren't always, creatures of destruction. Maybe they were real, I guess normal, and they were in love then. I just feel like, if we take away the capacity to love, then, what's the point of living? Even demons have to have a point to live for.
I mean, terrible.
From my understanding, they do.
And maybe that is love, as well as ruining the world.
Mean,
a love of destruction,
or just
perhaps.
the fact that,
maybe.
Terrible things have been done in the name of love for many years. Love is just the joy that the other brings them, and that joy could be very much tied to taking over bodies and murdering people.
There is a lot of philosophy in this that I am not qualified to speak on, as I am not a demon philosopher. Perhaps we can find a demon philosopher, or a demon who is a philosopher. I'm sure that would be a real conversation to have.
Oh, okay.
But that's not me.
Well, I think we are trying to figure out our next steps and our game plan. The moment.
I may have some aid that I can give you in that regard. I was hoping I would be able to meet you on, better terms in the city, but if that is not an option, I have no interest in entering the city if the eyes of the stranger are there now. That seems ill-advised.
It seems we were thinking about going back into the city, but I agree. But it seems Prudence knew, the Viscount there knew that there would be attacks, assassins coming after us.
Yes.
We assume it's her. We got a note signed P.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is her.
Oh, have you been in contact then?
Oh, yes. From time to time, yeah.
Well, it sounded like you know that the message we received was from her.
Oh, he sways a little on the bench. Did it? Oh, well, perhaps we have something that we can plan to do. I have a lead for you, perhaps.
Well, hold on.
Wesley, what's going on, man?
What's wrong, Wesley?
Yeah.
What aren't you telling us? Which I'm sure is lots of things, but about this instance.
Specifically right now.
I have been walking this world a long time. I have connections in many places. I do jobs for many people. There is a lot that I am responsible for and linked to. Maybe too much. I am one of the... When Eviara was founded, brought into the Empire, it felt like there was going to be trouble with those who are native to this place. No offense intended to those that fall under that banner here. I have been working...
None taken.
Good. I do not mean to speak ill of your people and your kind, but there has been difficulty in us finding harmony between the Empire and between those who are natural born. I don't blame your people for this, by the way. I totally understand why people would be resistant. But we went to great pains to get this land to be recognized by the Empire, so it would not simply be overrun by the Empire. I am told, we assassinated an emperor to make this a possibility. So you may understand why, as history has unfolded and things have been forgotten, sometimes it is best for me to not necessarily associate with all of the places with which I am connected. That's it. I am one of the agents that are turned to most often by Prudence when she is looking for information. She had sent me out to check up on your work, to make sure that the influence of the demon was gone.
For the time being, we can tell you that.
From what I understand, probably for a very, very long time. What references we have to the pit, or as scant as they are, is that going to the pit and returning is not easy.
Maybe it's not clear what I'm saying. The demon stopped possessing things and we did not, or I should say, Old Scratch.
Maybe it is not clear.
Old Scratch
Yes,
is in
yes.
the
Then maybe it's
yes.
not clear what I am saying. Old Scratch. The influence of Old Scratch is not on the land anymore.
The other influence we're dealing with right now, certainly on pause. But
Well, perhaps. I do not know where the stranger's eyes look upon now, if they are still in the city, if they have moved. Regardless. When I was fairly certain that the presence was being felt, I sent the messages that I could to Prudence. A lot of his drunken demeanor has melted away.
Wait, so you told Prudence that assassins were coming for us?
I told Prudence that there was a presence being felt, that assassins were possible, and that she should warn whoever she feels needed to be warned. I did not even know you were still in the city, though I had suspicions based off the way Prudence typically handles such things. And then I made my way here as quickly as I could.
do you think that one of the strangers could be specifically targeting us because we are, I don't know, we killed their sibling?
Yeah, I guess, do you think that it's been that the demons kind of talk to each other and they were able to find out that we got rid of Old Scratch?
Did you feel targeted by this demon?
I mean, we got a
Yes.
note that said assassins run.
Well, that was not
Sure.
from demon. That was from...
But then the assassins came with glowing red eyes and were just regular people.
Like following us.
Yeah, and like they chased us through the woods and tried to kill us a lot. So, yeah.
Plausibly. If the demon hierarchy is such that they take orders from the top, it is possible that the Empress has told them to seek you. If it were for the death of the old Scratch, that would feel abrupt. Though, if it is true, I am sure that that will not endear you to them. I do not think you are more safe now than you were before that happened. If that makes sense.
Well,
In our dream world, it seemed that they were almost competitors in a way. The accuser was sending to gather information about the other greater demons. So, I wonder if they're kind of.
I assume you
friends.
explained to him sort of what you saw in the dream world?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, everything.
He processes that for a little bit. And he says, sometimes I think that conflict is a crucible. When they are at odds with us, they work together in a way that when left alone, incohesive. They cannot exist in the way that they exist now when they do not have an adversary to destroy. And so they must do what they do and destroy one another. Now, I do not think that is a valuable tool in your arsenal, because it would require us to give ourselves to them. And no matter how much destruction they may wrought upon one another, it is only a brief flicker to the destruction they will bring upon us. No, I think that if what you have seen is a state that is the best that they could hope for, which is pretty sad when you think about it.
Yeah.
It is interesting to me that the images that you saw did not include Old Scratch himself. And does it wonder if he saw himself above them? Or if he envisioned a world that he was not a part of, which, with no irony, is the world we live in now. If they succeed.
So, what do you think we should do?
Of course. How foolish of me. It was in earnest that I came to tell you that I have a possible lead. Something for us to check. There is a bit of an expert. Someone who is a researcher in the Titans.
Oh.
They have tried to grab every scrap of information, every secret, every hidden piece of whatever lore from every nook and cranny. And for a long time, they were dismissed, because who cares about what the ancient people worshipped before even the gods walked the land? Yes? But now, it occurred to me that maybe they would be a valuable resource for us to go and talk to. See if there might not be some information we could glean from what they have to say. There are some complications with this. It will be difficult for us to do this thing. But I think valuable nonetheless.
Okay.
Why? Where do they live?
Good question. Well, you are familiar with the crystal wastes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they're right up north.
Yes. Although we would not be able to go north to get to where we need to go. We would need to travel north and then travel south. We'd have to come at it from the other angle, of course.
Of course.
Wait,
Of course.
there's a lost city. It's real?
Well, Deeran,
The lost city in the Crystal Waste is real, man? I knew it!
Okay, yes, there is a city there, although, I mean, I would not call it a city anymore, per se, yeah?
Deeran is, like, covered in goosebumps.
As I said, there are a few complications. First of all, for us to get anywhere near the city, we are going to have to travel some distance through the Crystal Waste. Traveling through the Crystal Waste is dangerous.
Traveling
Not
from
only
the
will-
middle of this city to the edge of the city was dangerous.
Yes. Although, you escaped that.
True.
The certainty is not so much there when it comes to the Crystal Waste. The crystals there, they resonate with a magic that is very, shall we say, aggressive. And sometimes those who travel to the Crystal Waste find themselves overtaken by that magic and turn to crystal themselves.
Oh.
Well, then how do you travel through?
Great question. That is something I will have to work out with you as we travel. I am going to weave some very complex enchantments upon you, so that you will be protected from such things, or at least have the appearance of protection, which seems to have a similar effect.
Anthony, are we gonna wear still suits? Is this what's happening? Are we finally having the Dune
Then we're not doing
moment
Dune.
in the podcast?
Anthony, is the trick to not getting crystallized just walking without rhythm?
Yeah, you have to slide feet through sand.
It's important
no.
not to waste your water. Elori.
Ellori is like still crying.
Once we make our way into Crystal Waste and we pass through the areas we need to pass through, then we will have a second problem we must deal with. That is a problem of fire. It is very hot there. And there is a lot of fire. Do not bring anything flammable upon your person.
Belroth looks at his bow.
And
Yeah, Deeran looks down at everything he's wearing. Also, everything he owns.
We're gonna be very flammable.
yes, we should probably stop in Redbridge and maybe store some things for you so that we do not have this problem.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Also, we got this big old case of money that we got to put into our bank.
Oh yeah, we haven't even opened it. We're not even sure if there's actually gold in this.
It felt like 20,000 gold heavy.
I mean, it felt super heavy.
Might be a little light.
300 of the gold.
It doesn't actually come from the case. It comes from your own reserves.
I didn't want to game anything here.
Deeran does try to open the case.
It is locked, and you do not have a key. So you can try to open it, but you're going to have to tell me how.
Hands.
Okay, it's locked. It doesn't open.
Fuck.
Wesley, you have a way to open this, perhaps?
Perhaps. Place here. And he points in front of himself.
Belroth drags it, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy. He looks down at it. And he begins to wave his hands over it. And then he hops back, draws his sword, and slams it down into the top of the chest. and it just like slices down like halfway. Big like wedge cut out of it. He withdraws the blade, tucks it away. He's like, that should be a good start.
Yep. Yes. Why did I need to drag it? It was like it was a few feet. Anyways.
It was part of the
bit.
No, I just had
It
you
was a
drag
bit.
it. Yeah,
It was
I
a
just
bit.
had you drag it. It was a bit. I did a bit.
Thanks, Wesley. Is it gold inside?
Oh yeah, lots of gold.
Okay.
Exactly how much?
Yeah, and some of it's cleaved in two. It's fine. It's still spendable. You can melt them down. It's fine. Yeah, there's 5,000 gold in there for each of you.
Okay. Wesley, I can't believe I'm saying this. I think going to the hidden city in the center of the Crystal Waste is like one of the coolest things that we could do. It feels really irresponsible to me to leave this city if we know that one of the strangers is here.
I agree.
Let me ask you this, Deeran. Let's say stranger is still here.
Yeah.
How are you going to make it appear?
You know I don't know that.
Okay.
Deeran is like devastated to have to admit that.
So, we do not know how we would make them appear. How will you fight it?
Yeah, Deeran looks at Belroth.
I don't look at me. I mean, I nearly killed 3 villagers.
Skarpin.
I don't know how to fight it. I don't know how to make it appear.
Yeah, I got nothing either.
These are not problems that we can punch. If they were, we would just punch them. Maybe if this were, I mean, there is one demon we could try and go and punch. We know exactly where Nosferat is.
Oh gosh, oh man, I would rather turn into Crystal than fight Nosferatu right now, because I really think we will lose that fight where we are right now.
I agree. We need tools to do this. We are not equipped to deal with these creatures. If we manage to find a way to make the stranger appear, could we kill him? I do not know. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Is it irresponsible to leave the person, to leave it under their control? It would be if you had something you could do about it.
For now, it kind of feels like it's more dangerous for us to taunt them and be here, because then all we're gonna do is end up getting more villagers killed.
Yeah.
Since it seems like they were coming after us.
Why didn't it take us over?
That was the thing I wanted
That's
to
a
figure
really
out.
good question, and one that I've been thinking about as well, but I don't know.
Like,
I don't know that it can.
if I had a choice between any of the, people that were selected, and like Belroth or Skarpin, like those would be my choices. Y'all would have caused a serious problem for us.
I mean,
Definitely Belroth. Belroth as himself was killing
I
people.
didn't.
Oh yeah.
One of them was an
Honestly,
accident.
what do we do?
One of them was on
Will
purpose.
you tell?
Oh gosh, yeah. Oh, Timon.
No.
Oh god.
It was.
Tobin.
Tobin. Will you tell Tobin's wife? Well, we need to tell Tobin's wife that he loves her very much.
Who is Tobin?
One of the dock workers who was taken over and we killed.
and then brought back to life, and then they died again.
Didn't kill them.
That the second time was not on purpose. The second death.
Okay. How will we find Tobin's wife?
Great question.
We should have told my dad.
She'll probably be the one crying at his gravesite, you know?
Yeah.
Like if my spouse died, that's where I would probably be, you know?
I mean, fair enough. I was not intending to attend Tobin's funeral.
Well, no, I don't think any of
we
us
weren't
should.
close, so it wasn't really.
Just go to all of the services held between tomorrow and 3 days from now. Sometimes it takes a little while to get together.
Okay, well, I was going to go with you. I don't think we have time to hang around for townsperson services. It's very sad that Tobin died, yes. I'm sure his wife knows that he loved her. It'd be maybe even more sad if she didn't, I guess.
Yeah, but maybe not. What if? What if that's the closure she needs?
Yes, what if indeed? Feels like maybe more risk than it's worth. And perhaps when all of this is said and done, you can go on a quest to seek the wife of Tobin and tell her, we once spoke with your husband and he loved you very much, and bring her that peace, later.
We didn't kill him. We'll tell her that.
Will you also tell her that? Is that part of this as well?
I
We'll
feel
leave
like
out the
that's
details.
too much of a lie.
We'll leave
we
out the
met your
details, Ellery.
husband. He loved you very much. We didn't kill him. Okay, bye.
Seems sweet.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, I guess you're right, though. We don't have time to go back, so we should just move forward.
I know that this is hard to do.
Yeah.
And it feels like disrespectful. And it is. But there are big things at stake, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we will travel back to Redbridge. We will drop off the things you need to drop off. And then we'll be on our way, yeah?
Will you tell the Viscount that we didn't kill those people on purpose?
I cannot stress this enough. I am going with you. So...
Yeah,
but you've had a chance to communicate. You were able to tell her that assassins were coming from all the way far away.
Yeah, it seems
Yes,
like you've
I
got
was.
some sort of connection. And she'll probably trust your word more than 4 strangers who came in and now there's a bunch of dead people.
Okay.
You know?
I will do this for you.
Thanks, Wesley.
Yes, I will do this for you. Fine. Very well. But then you must activate portal back to northern parts of Empire.
It's so expensive.
Yeah, no, that's what I am saying. It is expensive. If I do this for you, you do this part. Yeah?
Yeah,
Sure,
that's fine.
sure.
We've got so many spellstone in the bank. We're fine.
Okay, but do you have them on you? Because
I have.
We got
need
enough.
to charge your stuff.
We've got
I
some.
got some. I got
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
We've
great.
all got one,
I've
yeah.
got 5.
No, I've got
I've got 7.
6. Anyway, thanks,
Excellent.
Wesley.
Then we will go. Oh, also, just so that we are, clear when we get into the place after we go through the crystal, we get into the place with the fire. It is probably best if when we meet this researcher, A, don't stare, and B, refer to her as Her Majesty. Hey everyone, DM Anthony here, just reminding you that if you're enjoying the show, tell your friends. tell your family, let people know, word of mouth, and you can support the show at patreon.com/adventureinc, or you can check out the shop at adventureincpod.com/shop. Make sure you check the show notes and the website for all our social media, including our Discord, where you can come and hang out with some great people. We'll see you there. And until next week, I wish you nothing but critical success.
Serious business.